You're most welcome to ask any question.
My first question is, during darshan, for example, when we're at satsang in the morning watching the master, if our mind isn't naturally inclined to doing Simran at that time, and if it were, should we make an effort to do it? Is it important to concentrate the mind and train it to do Simran during darshan?
Well, if your mind is free from darshan, you're most welcome to do Simran.
Okay. And my second question concerns Dion. This is the first time I've had the Master's darshan, so it's a new thing for me to try to visualize his face while I'm doing the Simran. And it's a lot for me to concentrate on both things at one time. Should one make a concentrated effort to visualize the Master's face while doing Simran? Or should one just relax while saying the names and let the image of his face come when it wants to?
Sister, both faculties have to be occupied. Faculty to visualize, faculty to think. So you have to synchronize your dhyan along with Simran. Mm-hmm. While you are doing your Simran, also try to contemplate on the form of the Master.
Okay. And then when we switch to bhajan, do we continue to try to visualize the Master's face at that time?
No, just keep your attention here and try to hear sound.
Thank you, Master.
Maharaji, I have a question about anger. When a person tries to provoke us or behaves badly towards us and we have feelings of anger, would you tell us how we should behave? And do we incur karma by our negative feelings even if we don't act on them?
Well, sister, the only way to behave is don't react to his anger. Don't react to his anger.
Don't react.
One fool is enough under one roof.
I couldn't hear you. Is it okay to share that with our spouse, our feelings? It's best to keep it to ourselves, but can we share it with our spouse, our feelings?
Share with our?
It's best to keep those feelings to ourselves, but is it okay to share it with your husband?
Share what?
The bad feelings that the other person provoked in you.
What is there to share about it? That you have not been provoked? And in spite of his best effort, you have not been provoked. That is what you want to share with your husband?
I understand. Thank you, Radha Swami.
There are so many other things to share with your husband.
In spiritual letters or gems, it states that when a body dies by freezing, the soul becomes entrapped within the body. Conceivably, this could happen in a place where there's no thawing out of the body. Therefore, could it happen to a satsangi that the soul becomes trapped in the body for what we consider an eternity? Or would the Master come and take the soul before the body has a chance to freeze?
Still, unless the soul leaves the body, how is the soul free from the body?
Yes, I realize that. That's why I'm asking the question.
See, soul is only free of the body when it leaves the body. Till then, it is definitely entrapped in the body.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Master, I've heard you talk about Christ saying that you go where your treasure is. And I've heard Professor talking last night about the attachments to faces and places being against your spiritual progress. I don't mean to be funny when I ask this, but I want to know how bad an effect it's going to be if I'm attached to my meditation gear. Like I have a chair that I take practically everywhere with me, and I really miss it.
Well, sister, if you are attached to the meditation, you are attached to the Shabad and Naam within. So that Shabad and Naam will ultimately pull you to its final level. And ultimately the soul will merge back into the Shabad and becomes the Shabad.
So Taraj would be attached to your meditation chair then, because that's where the peace and the bliss is?
You see, that is what attachment is, attachment to the Shabad.
Thank you.
And even if you are attached to the master's real form is Shabad. So attachment to the master or attachment to the Shabad, one is more or less one is the same thing.
Thank you.
Maharaji, well, first I want to ask, there was a satsang that I felt some trouble with, and it was a reading of the description of different higher regions. And in the description, even in the highest regions, they talked about mansions and palaces and jewels.
You see, this is just a way of explaining. Because to us mansion pleases, jewels pleases, palaces enlightens us. We say honey is there, milk is there. There is no honey and milk. You see? That it means the bliss and peace and happiness is there.
Good. What I wanted to know is, I wanted to make sure that all I want is to be you.
But don't worry, you won't be entrapped in a palace.
Thank you. And the other thing is, I wanted to thank you very much for our stay here in New Delhi.
Oh, sister, you're most welcome. Everybody is most welcome. There's no obligation to anybody. Dera belongs to every satsangi, and even to all seekers.
Master, I just wanted to say it was really nice to see you and Professor together. It's been a long time, and I wanted to thank you for a really wonderful trip here.
Maharaji, I would like to ask you something. I read in one of the books, I think it's Science of the Soul, that one should look upon pain as pleasure. And the reason I ask this question is because I've been sick for quite a few years, and I've been unable to look on it as a pleasant experience. And I can begin to accept it as something that I have incurred in the past, and that it's the will of the Master that I go through it, so that, I can try to accept it, but I haven't been able to look on it as something pleasant. If, for instance, if something in my body hurts, I get scared rather than feeling happy about it.
Sister, what Sardar Bahadur meant was that you should rise above the pleasure and pains of the world.
And does one do that only when one comes to the eye center, or is it an attitude that one develops?
It is both.
It's
it is
both.
Also the attitude which we develop, and it is also when we go on beyond the realm of eye center.
And how does one develop that attitude? By attending to one's meditation every day, or just practicing this, or how does one do that?
Definitely by meditation, and even by strong willpower.
What do you mean by strong willpower? I mean, how does that work then? Let's say that
we accept the destiny.
Mm-hmm.
We don't try to run away from the destiny.
Right.
Because we have to go along with the waves.
Mm-hmm.
We can't swim across them. Pain has to come. Pleasures have to come. We have not to get involved in the pain. We have not to get involved in the pleasures of the world, that we forget our real purpose of life. We have to rise from both of them.
And
we can't change our destiny, but we can definitely change our attitude towards the event of life. Happiness lies adjusting to the events of life, because events of life will not change according to our wishes, our liking. Winter has to come, summer has to come. You have no control on the change of weather.
Mm-hmm.
But if you prepare yourself for winter, it will pass away. If you prepare yourself for summer, it will pass away. If you refuse to adjust to the winter and summer, you are the one to suffer. Winter has to come, summer has to come. So we have to face the effects of good karmas and the bad karmas. So we have always to prepare ourselves the effect of good karmas and the effect of bad karmas.
And preparing oneself then is through the meditation, and you said through willpower. I didn't quite understand that.
Willpower automatically becomes strong by meditation. It becomes automatically strong by meditation.
So if one keeps up one's meditation through these periods, then that will, you're saying it automatically will take care of...
Not only through these periods, continuously, always.
Always.
Then automatically that attitude develops.
Thank you very much.
Swami Maharaji. Maharaji, you have said that you are a prisoner of the Sangat's love, and we do love you very much. And you also said that meditation is very difficult, and it is very difficult. And I remember you're saying that even with you, that Bibi Raleigh would keep you under 3 locks at the Dera. And you
But
would
when
do your
I was a child,
When you were a child. Well, I'm still a child, and I'm finding the meditation very
that is
difficult.
what you say you are a child, but you don't behave like a child. We all behave like rather super mature people.
Well, the first time I asked you a question, I asked you to help me with, you said different things back and forth to me, and I asked you to help me with my meditation, and you said to ask the Lord.
Every mother, every parent try to develop in us the attitude towards spirituality.
Yes.
And so did my mother did it.
Yes.
It was nothing new, nothing exceptional.
Yes.
I treated her more than my mother, because she is the one who brought me up.
Are you still under the locks and keys?
Yes.
Yes.
See, not only lock and key, but even the security man standing with the guns and all weapons before my gate.
Yeah.
But even if they break the lock, he will not let me go out. And you can watch them.
We see them. Well, I'm asking again, would you help me more with my meditation?
Sister, the Lord will help. We have to do our best and leave everything to Him.
Okay, thank you, Radha Swami, and thank you again.
Maharaji? Master? Besides meditation, what else can I do to cultivate forgiveness inside myself?
Forgiveness?
Yes.
For forgiveness for what?
When I have angry feelings toward other people and the feeling doesn't go away and persists, is there anything besides?
I think, brother, I can understand your problem. We have to analyze ourselves. Does our anger solve any problem?
No.
Is this the solution to that problem?
No. No.
Will it make any difference if I lose my temper?
Pardon me?
We have to analyze with ourselves. Will it make any difference if I lose my temper?
I'm having trouble hearing.
So when we try to analyze, then we automatically feel it is futile to be angry unnecessarily. So we develop that attitude slowly and slowly, of not losing the temper.
I'm having a lot of trouble hearing you, Master. Just physically, I can't hear. Would you repeat what you said, please?
I don't know what I said. Anyway, you can hear the tape, they are taping it.
Maharaji, I would like you to say a few words that would make it easier for us to turn anger into love towards an individual person.
You shed anger and then what?
To change anger into love.
Well, I have just explained, brother.
But
We have to analyze with ourselves. Will our anger will make any difference to other person?
But
Can we avoid it?
Uh-huh.
Can we solve the problem better, in a much better way, by giving in love rather than reacting in by a sharp temper?
Okay, thank you.
Radhaswami Maharaji, I understand that meditation is primarily used to burn off sensual karmas. But is it also true that the meditation helps my immediate family and my past family? Is that true?
That's right.
Can you, what I have heard, this may just be guest house gossip, is that my parents, if they don't come to the path in this lifetime, they will come next lifetime. Is that true?
Well, brother, we shouldn't try to think about anyone else coming about the path. They have to face their own destiny. They are victim of their own destiny. We have our individual relationship with the Father. It is not a family relationship. These are our attachments with our children, with our parents, with our friends, which obsess us, and we want that they should also be on the path. We have to rise above these attachments. So leave it to the Father. He knows best whom to pull, when to pull, how to pull. And we shouldn't be obsessed by these things.
Okay, thank you.
Maharaji? Hi. It's like you're a really great teacher, and you've taught me well. I just haven't been that good of a student. I feel like what I need, though, more is your friendship. And it may be just that, I'm a little dull, but I need you as a friend.
Well, brother, I don't know what is your concept of friendship. To me, friendship means understanding with each other. And we are trying to create understanding with each other. We are all trying to stand on the one platform of understanding, one platform of spirituality. And this spirituality brings us nearer to each other. And it brings us closer and closer to one another. There can be no better friendship than this. As Christ said, ultimately there will be one shepherd and one fold. What better friendship can be than this, that we are all together and we have understanding with one another and we love one another. That is real friendship.
Yeah, but it's like I really look to you as having the only, having really the only eyes to see, my heart, my condition. I want to be able to look for you, look to you if I'm hurting. This is great. Every day we get up, we get to see you, and this is wonderful. But once again, I'm afraid I'll be faced with hard conditions when I get back home, and not be able to have the comfort of being able to turn to you in the morning.
Well, brother, ultimately we have got to become one with that fold. But we have our individual destiny and we have to go through all that. We can't stay always together in this world.
You can't always stay what?
We can't always stay together in this world.
Together in this world?
Yes. We have our own individual destiny. We have to discharge our own karmas, own obligation to our children, family, parents, country. Doing all that, ultimately we have to come into one fold.
Yeah, but that still doesn't help. That's the future, and that's the evolution in Sant Mat, and that's what will happen over the years. that I don't need that. I'm not interested. This thing right now that's happening between you and me,
Well,
this is
brother,
what I need for the rest of my life.
Well, brother, when a child takes birth, he can't dream to become a matured man second day. He has to pass through so many phases. And he has to grow to become the man. So we have to pass through so many phases to reach to that maturity where we can always be one.
But like right now, it's metaphorically, I get to tug at your beard, right? I'm like the little kid in your lap, and I can tease you and be a little bit jerk and be naughty and all that. And for beyond that, the kid still has to, if he turns his back, he can look and see his dad. For the good dad, the good father, he turns around when he needs him, and there he is. He doesn't have to holler, shout, cry. He's just right there.
You see, our shepherd doesn't ignore us.
Pardon?
Our shepherd doesn't ignore us. He is responsible for all the sheep of his fold. No matter where the sheep goes, he runs after that sheep, as Christ said, and picks that sheep back to the fold. Our shepherd, once he has taken us into that fold, is not ignorant of ourselves.
Yeah, but is it the sheep-shepherd relationship, or is it the father-son relationship?
Same thing. There's no difference. Shepherd loves every one of his sheep.
I know, but I can stop it. I can end it right now. I don't have to talk to you anymore. It's just, the only thing is I need this, and every time in the past it goes away. I have to walk. You're going to walk out the door. I'm going to walk out the door. I'll be gone for a year. You'll be gone for a year, and I'll be in that emptiness for so long.
Then what do you want to do?
I'd like to stay with you for the rest of my life.
We are always with our master, whether we are conscious of it or not.
I know. Well, that's the problem, and lack of consciousness of that.
All right. I appreciate your affection. Don't worry. Sit down.
All right.
Maharaji, I live in a city where there's a Sangat of one, myself, and I drive 2 hours to go to satsang on weekends. My question is this. My wife follows a path similar to Sant Mat, but is not a satsangi. What is your feeling about my associating with some of her friends and the people that are following the other path?
Well, brother, as long as you are strong within yourself, you know where you are standing. You can go anywhere. There are no restrictions.
And I shouldn't worry about anything affecting me in an adverse way, or...
As I said, as long as you are strong within yourself. If you think you are strong, you can face any situation. You will be steadfast, go anywhere. If you think the temptation is too much, it is slippery, you must slip, you should avoid it. It's for you to decide.
I want to thank you, Master, for, after such a long time, being able to meet you.
Most welcome.
I'd also like to say that after listening to Professor on tapes for so many years, it's a pleasure to finally meet him also.
Thank you.
I have a question about family also. I need to rise above the attitude about cooking meat. I need to do that for my family. It gets harder and harder. Can you hear me?
Well, sister, if you have to cook the meat, you can do it. But don't get tempted to it. And while doing your duty, do Simran. Keep your mind on Simran.
Thank you.
Master, today at the Bandara, there was a closed-circuit television so the many multitudes could see your face. And I was wondering whether they could receive darshan that way, or they had to wait until they came up to see you face to face.
Sister, what is your concept of darshan?
Pardon?
What is your concept of darshan?
I think it's the second.
When you are being pulled towards the master, you are being attracted towards the master. You may be even 1,000 miles away from him. You are having his darshan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Master, this is a question on behalf of a Greek satsangi. This morning in satsang, there were some Indian people behind him, and one of them was breathing very heavily, and the other was shaking rather wild. And he thought they might have gone in, and he was a bit afraid. He said, "Is this what's going to happen to us?" And would you please comment on that?
How do you presume that he must have gone within?
I don't know. This is what he presumed.
He can have any illness. So many people just shake. It doesn't mean they are going within. Many people have hysteria. Many people have so many other diseases. You see, they start being violent, this and that. Doesn't mean the soul is getting in. You shouldn't try to analyze these things.
Thank you very much.
Master, this is my first time before your feet, and I'm wondering if it's all right if I've got all different feelings about you.
What do you mean by different feelings about you?
Well, I was waiting a long time to see you, and I felt all different feelings since I've sat before you. Is that normal?
I've not understood your
I've
question.
had very different emotions about you since I've seen you, and I'm just wondering if that's normal.
Sister, digest your emotions and divert them towards meditation.
Thank you, Master.
Dear Master, let me greet you from Bulgarian Sangat, which is very young yet. You know, in our country is materialistic ideology, and all spiritual paths are persecuted. Should we do satsang in such circumstances?
Well, you should not contravene any law of your country. And there is no ceremony in our satsang. We don't have to make any public show about it. You can just sit at home and attend to your meditation. Or you can have 2-3 people and discuss Santmat without making any public nuisance to anybody.
I see. And I want to ask something on behalf of these ones who perhaps will never see you personally. It is said that in Simran one may try to visualize the Master only when he has seen him personally. May he do so if he has a dream of a Master?
No. Dream can be deceptive. It has no reality. Good dream is a good dream. You see, even if we have not seen the Master, it doesn't make any difference. We should keep our attention at the eye center in the darkness here. And being here, thinking our Master is here, we should tend to our Simran. Dhyan, I have said so many times, is not must, but it is a great help to hold our attention there. And once you start seeing that light, then light is there to hold your attention. Then we have to contemplate on that light.
And if you have contact with the sound first, and even not on one sound, but two mixed, does it mean the sounds are reflected ones? And to which one to concentrate?
No. Whatever sound you hear, just give your full attention to that sound. The real sound will become distinct and clear and pulling. All other sound will slowly and slowly fade out.
Thank you.
Master.
been 5 years since we've seen you, and it's a very, very great pleasure to watch you in person. During the 5 years that we have been away, we in our Sangat in Mexico remember with deep, deep devotion and love how you model the rest of us. We try, but you are a wonderful model where we try to emulate, and that way we feel we are growing spiritual during the day-to-day living. But we can say, both my wife and I can say, often discussing a thing, that we have grown. We truly have grown, and you have changed our lives for the better in many, many ways. Thank you, Master.
Thank you, thank you.
Master, when the Master is giving darshan, what is the Master actually doing?
When Master is giving darshan, what is Master doing? How are you concerned what is Master doing? The concern is what are you doing at that time? That is more important, but we see when Master is sitting, what are you doing at that time? Are you there or you are far away from there? Master knows what he is doing. And we should know what we should do.
Master, you often tell us that meditation is the cure to all our problems, that it will give us faith and love and devotion, and it will even help our poor meditation. Why is it that when we apply this remedy, it is so hard for some of us to see any results of that?
Results of what?
Results of faith, of better meditation, of applying meditation to our problems, of having inadequate
You see,
faith.
brother, everybody, as I said, have to go through one's destiny. If you say meditation solves all our worldly problems, it's impossible. We have also to go through the effects of the bad karmas. We have also to go through the effects of the good karmas. No matter what we do, we have to pass through the effects of all those karmas. As I said, with the help of meditation, we develop such a strong willpower that we are able to go through the effect of all those karmas, good and bad, without losing our own balance. Sometimes even smilingly. Meditation prepares us to face those karmas. That doesn't mean that by meditation we are able to solve the family problems, our money problem, or our illnesses, or it achieves our ambitions in life. That is not what it means.
What about solving our problems with our spiritual life, with our lack of faith, lack of love and devotion?
Meditation not only creates devotion, but it increases devotion. It helps to grow the devotion.
Well, my question was, for some of us, it seems that that's very difficult to see that there's any progress there. Why is it so difficult to see any progress?
Well, brother, we should just do our best and leave the result to the Lord. He is not unconscious what we are doing. If a beggar is knocking at the door, it is for the owner of the house when to open it. But he is also conscious that somebody is knocking at his door. He can't close his ears to that knock. He has to open it sooner or later. But we have to persist to knock. We cannot say the door has not been opened, so let me go somewhere else. Door will be opened and we have to knock it, unless it opens.
Master, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but an earlier question made me wonder, are we supposed to not do Simran during darshan?
Pardon?
Are we supposed to not do Simran during darshan?
Well, sister, if you are conscious of yourself while doing darshan, you can do Simran.
Thank you.
If you have forgotten yourself in darshan, you are not even conscious of Simran.
Master, could you speak a little about humility?
Sister, elimination of ego is humility. And you know, it is the ego, is the attachment which is pulling us back to the creation again and again. We can only actually become humble when we go beyond the realm of mind and maya. Calculated humility doesn't take us very far. We automatically become humble when we find someone greater than us, higher than us, more majestic than us before us. When we see his refulgence light within us, his refulgence within us, we automatically become humble before him. Then we realize our insignificance before that Lord. Then we automatically become humble. But calculated humility is okay. But you can't always depend upon the calculated humility. It is just like a cosmetic jewelry.
Thank you.
If a satsangi were to meditate with a lot of love and devotion, would it be possible to at least see the radiant form of the Master in one lifetime?
Well, it depends upon sister individually. You see, we always pick up from the thread where we have left. Some people, as Christ said, seed has fallen on a barren ground. Then he says it has fallen on a rock. Then he says it has fallen on a marshy ground. Then he said it has fallen on a fertile ground. Every seed will sprout. But there is a difference of the seed which has fallen into the fertile ground.
Thank you.
Master, in our satsangs, we're often asked to give satsang to the sangat. Could you give us some guidelines for giving satsang? Sometimes some so-called colorful speakers may stray from the books. Should we just read from the books?
I think you should depend upon the guidance given to you by your representative people. Otherwise, my guidance will confuse them unnecessarily. You should depend upon their guidance.
Is it okay just to read from the
Because
books?
they know the environment, the situation, and the atmosphere, and the approach which they should have to reach the seeker, or reach the satsangis. So they are the right person to tell you.
Master, you often tell us that when the disciple goes inside, that he can see what the Master is doing for him. Does that mean that you go inside and the Master says, I did this for you today and I did that for you today, or is it more of a feeling between the two?
In the love of the lover, that you forget all the pain, all the sacrifices you have to undergo in order to reach him. So we are not conscious of these petty things when we go to the Master within. And there's nothing to ask and there's nothing to question.
Thank you, Master.
Yes, please.
I have a question about prasad. I'd like to know if it's better to keep prasad to oneself or to share it with others.
Well, if it is given for you, it is for you.
Thank you.
If it is given for others, it's for others.
Thank you.
Master, I was thinking, when somebody is initiated by you, he is not allowed to go also to another master, or to a Catholic church, or to a Hare Krishna temple, and so on, and so on. Now I heard from satsangis, they go also to other masters, or in Sundays they go in Catholic church to the Sunday Mass, and some of satsangis live in the Hare Krishna hotel, with this Hare Krishna temple? Is this possible? What is your opinion?
Well, brother, at the time of initiation, it is made absolutely clear to every initiate that as long as we stand firm on these Santmat principles and attend to our meditation every day, you are most free to go anywhere you feel like. There is no restriction of any kind at all. But you must live those 4 principles and attend to your meditation every day. Now it is for you whether that place is a slippery for you or you are quite steadfast in your own conviction and nothing can move you. That is entirely for you to decide. But as far as we are concerned, we have no restriction on anybody at all.
Thank you, Master.
Master, you frequently tell us that when we attend to our meditation every day, our powers of concentration will develop and we'll be able to apply those to everyday life as well as our meditation. My experience has been, and I've been on the path 13 years, that my powers of concentration have actually diminished in the 13 years, and I think I must be doing something wrong.
What is the question?
Question is, I have attended to the meditation for almost 13 years to the best of my ability, and rather than my powers of concentration developing, they've actually diminished, it seems to me.
How can concentration diminish by Simran?
Well, the problem, as I see it, is that when I've developed a habit of failure in meditation. It's like I'm put into a ring with a heavyweight boxer, and every day he beats me up.
Well, brother, if you live on those principles of Santmat and attend to your meditation, there's no reason of failure.
But I've been doing it almost 13 years, and as I say...
Our problem is that we start compromising with those satsang principles, Santmat principles, in one way or another. And then we want to build our meditation on that foundation, which is very slippery.
What sort of compromise would you be talking about? I mean, I feel that I live the principles to the best of my ability. I also feel you frequently use the analogy of the general and the soldier. I frequently feel like the soldier out in a foxhole at some far-flung perimeter who's forgotten. I'm out there. I do believe that you support us, but I guess I really don't feel it all the time.
No, soldier is never forgotten. There is always, at the back of a soldier, there is always a guidance. We have to fight our own battle, no doubt, but soldier is never ignored. We must continue with our own meditation. There is no reason why should we fail if we are attending to it every day.
I guess my feeling is that this enemy is so much bigger than I that I have no hope without your grace, and
Brother, enemy of course is very big, because he's our enemy since so many ages, and we have started fighting with him just now. So it takes time, but definitely this is the only way to fight your enemy.
I guess I'm pleading for more grace. Is that possible?
Well, when we will try our best, his efforts, his grace is always there. He doesn't withhold his grace when he puts us on the path.
Thank you, Master.
Master? Swamiji tells us, I myself will get everything done, but you, the disciple, will do it. Would you please explain?
What do you mean? What?
I read a quote by Swamiji.
Yes.
He says, I myself will get everything done that needs to be done, but you, the disciple, will do it.
Mean through you I will do everything. I will do for you everything through you. As I say, that the Lord worships himself through us. Master does everything for us through us.
We just have to be receptive, in other words.
He has to be receptive to all that.
Thank you.
Maharaji, on your left?
Yes.
Maharaji, yesterday you were talking about come and numb. And you said that as long as there is worldly desire left in our minds, we cannot succeed with our meditation. Now, I've found that even in your presence, worldly thoughts and desires still come into our minds. How can we hope to get rid of them when we are away from your presence?
Well, Sister, Nam drives out all the desires from us. Attachment of Shabad and Nam automatically detaches us from all those desires.
Master, will the quality of our efforts here on earth make a difference in our stature when we ultimately reach our destination?
Pardon?
Will the quality of our efforts here on earth make a difference in our stature when we ultimately reach our destination?
Fourth year? What do you mean by fourth year?
Our stature. Stature, S-T-A-T-U-R-E.
Our stature?
Yes. Will the quality of our efforts on earth make a difference in our stature when we reach our destination?
It will make any difference in our stature if we reach our destination?
Well, you see, I'm all too aware that I've made a complete mess of things over the years and ruined my chances of being an ideal disciple. I was just wondering if that means that I'll wind up in a lower category in the Father's kingdom than I otherwise might have.
I've not followed your question. You're talking hypothetically, you see. I think
Well, with all this talk of building...
problem which is not there, you're trying to build one.
With all this talk of building treasure in heaven,
Yes.
it suggests that some will have more treasure and some less.
It depends upon the individual how much you collect.
So there are different levels in heaven?
No, not in different levels in heaven. The level is with us, how much treasure we have collected in order to reach heaven.
But once at heaven, there are no different
There's no difference at all.
statures or levels.
There's no difference at all.
Thank you.
Master, I have two questions.
Yes.
In Samat, we are told that there is no requesting of money made to satsangis. Yet, when I see money seva as an official part of the Samat programs, it has the appearance to me of a request, and if not a request, an encouragement. Could you speak to the importance of money seva in the individual lives of satsangis? And
Well, the first thing is seva is absolutely option. Contribution to the satsang fund is absolutely option. There is no compulsion on anybody at all. There is no appeal to anybody at all. It must come from within you. That is first principle. Then it has to be spent on the satsang purposes. It cannot be spent on any individual for anybody's personal use. It has to be spent on the satsang purposes.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Maharaji?
Yes?
Sometimes during the day, Simran seems to will start up by itself. Where is it generated from? From the mind or the soul?
Simran, it's always the mind which is doing Simran. And soul is knotted down with the mind. Soul is also there, part of the mind. Soul is not separate from the mind. We're trying to separate the soul from the mind. Now they are together. So they are both doing Simran.
Thank you. Maharaji?
Yes, yes.
The teachings of Sant Mat are that we should lead as simple a life as possible. One of the things which complicates life to a great degree is having children. Myself, the more progress I've made in my meditation, the less desire I felt to have children. But my fiancée, who is a satsangi for 10 years here, feels that it would help her resolve an unhappy childhood and some karma. I have two questions about having children. One, what is the best basis on which to make this decision? And two, does the desire for children come from the mind or from the soul?
I just tell you, it is the mind which is dominating. Soul is a part of the mind. Soul has taken the association of the mind. Soul is not separate from the mind. That soul is enjoying and mind is taking the decisions. Soul is part of the mind because it is dominated by the mind. They are all together, working in this creation together. And decision has to be taken mutually by the partners. No, it's nobody's decision.
Does this create extra karma by having children?
Well, if it is in the karma that children has to come, they will come. It is not in your hand to bring them or not to bring them. It is in His hand to send them or not to send them.
So they
have to come, they will come.
The Satmar teaching of leading a simple life.
Pardon?
The Satmar teaching of leading a very simple life includes the complications of having those children.
Well, it is entirely for the couple to decide.
Master?
Yes.
I've gotten into the bad habit of doing Simran with my throat, and it makes meditation very difficult, and I can't seem to stop doing it. Is there anything I can do to...
You mean you are doing Simran with your throat?
Throat muscles, not...
You have to do mentally, sister. There is no question of throat. You don't have to use throat. You have to use your mind. As you are thinking, as you are always thinking about some problem, you don't worry about the throat.
Mm-hmm.
So same mind has to be occupied in Simran. There is nothing to do with throat.
Master, I'd like to ask why it is when we've had the greatest gift of all, gift of Nam, we still worry so much on this earth. Is it our mind just attaching us further?
Well, more or less we have got into the habit of worrying. Worrying what we don't have, worrying what we have, worrying that we may not lose what we have. Mind is always worrying. It's never content.
Thank you very much.
Master?
Yes?
It's written in some Sant Mat books. It's written in some Sant Mat books that it's only the master who goes up to the highest region, which is Sachkhand, and the disciple only goes to the first, second, and the most to the third region while he's living. Why is that so?
Where is written, sister? Which book?
The Dawn of Light. It's in the Dawn of Light.
Dr. Johnson wrote that?
No, it was the great master's, one of great master's letters to the early American satsangis.
Must have, you see. Master definitely reaches to that higher stage, and others are trying to reach to the higher stage. Ultimately, everybody has to reach there.
But does it
Probably
mean...
what Master meant that in one lifetime.
But does it mean that a disciple can reach to the highest stage even before he dies?
Yes, he can reach to higher stage before even he dies.
Thank you.
Why not?
Maharaji Radhaswami. It's been said that those whom the Guru loves, he gives poverty, disease, and dishonor. And I think some of us can identify with that.
I don't say that they will get it. I say sometimes it becomes a blessing for a disciple. That he thinks more about the Lord and the Father than a happily settled man in the worldly pleasures. And I don't say that the beloved gets more disease and more poverty and all that. That's wrong thinking.
Well, I've been very blessed in the last 10 years that I've been a satsang. And I think there are those among us that have been blessed more and complained less.
It means those who don't have anything at all, they are very beloved of the Master.
I don't know.
That's the wrong thinking.
Okay, then also on the other side of it, I think...
The thing is that we should not think that only the blessings of the worldly things, it is his favor. His favor may be the poverty, some tragedy in home, that may be his highest grace. The grace is which turns our mind towards the Father, which pulls us from the world and helps us to think about the Father. That is his grace. That can be by any means.
Maharaji, I think it was you who wrote that in the battle with the mind, many blows will be given and many blows received. And when I try to meditate, it seems like that I have to fight the mind with violence. But others say, no, you must be calm and serene with the mind, or you'll put ripples on the pond and you'll never see the light.
Brother, sit in meditation absolutely without any excitement, just with a calm mind and a quiet mind. You can read 1 or 2 pages of Sarbhajan, then sit in meditation. With the agitated mind, we shouldn't sit in meditation. It becomes difficult to concentrate.
Thank you very much.
Master, I've spent a long time waiting for these moments with you. I've been waiting a long time. I've spent a long time studying this path and learning about it and trying to make myself convinced. And I think through your grace I've been convinced. And I want to know if I can be initiated. And if I can, what can I do in the meantime before that?
Sister, thoroughly study Santmat, thoroughly try to know the teachings. If you have any question, write without any hesitation. The time you give in investigating and trying to know, it is not time wasted, it is time gained. You are built on a rock, not on a sand. So take your time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there's no hurry at all.
What can I do about meditation in the meantime?
Meanwhile, understand the teaching. And then you can be in touch with your group there in your country. They will guide you.
Thank you.